Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming severe weather, also a huge trough in the eastern United States that's really just going to engulf this part of the country. We're going to be dealing with very cold temperatures. We already kind of are, but we're going to be dealing with more of that for the short range. And then we're going to have to talk about what the upcoming pattern holds. Anyways, before I get into this video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you think that we're going to be dealing with warmer or colder than normal conditions for the eastern half of the country, I guess, in the final half of March? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's get straight into this video, and first things first, we're taking a look at our current radar imagery. As you can see, very quiet here in the eastern half of the country. Really, we're just left with some snow showers up here in the northeast here, where we were dealing with massive amounts of storminess basically for this circle here. We are now dealing with just those remnants here in the eastern part of the country. Now, we do have a bit of some snowfall going on here for the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and Ohio Valley. It is worth noting. We'll definitely take a zoomed in look at that in a while. And then we also can see plenty of precipitation up there for the northwestern United States also going on. So lots of precipitation up here going on that also needs to be talked about. Let's go ahead and just zoom into these different regions here. First things first, let's talk about the northwest. As you can see, we really have just some motion like this, which is indicating that we have a ridge here in the western and central United States a bit. So probably the ridge is centered about here, so we're seeing a jet stream that is probably doing something like that, and that is why these storms are moving this way. Now, these storms and showers for this region of the United States are actually quite heavy. I am seeing some oranges and almost reds popping up, which typically that would be considered very heavy for this region this time of year based on what I've been seeing a lot of the time when we see precipitation happening here. So that is quite a bit of heavy rainfall. Now, we do have some heavier areas of snowfall also taking place throughout here. We also see some of that going on in here that is worth noting, and that is definitely going to lead towards possibly some accumulations in those heavier pockets, but it's just going to be something that needs to be watched. But definitely the mountainous regions there are seeing snowfall, and of course the lower elevation and more coastal regions are seeing rainfall. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this snowfall area here over the north central United States, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio Valley. And this is quite heavy, but quite brief for a lot of these regions here. We can see the white showing up, so we're seeing heavier snowfall for Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio. Lots of these regions are seeing that heavier snowfall. And definitely, I would say some more minor accumulations are taking place, but it is accumulations. So those are definitely taking place probably in there, especially in Wisconsin, it looks like, in my opinion. Now, these showers are heading just like this, right behind the storm. We can tell that these are just heading right in. And we might be seeing some accumulations here with some of these, especially over New Hampshire and Maine here. Right there, and then portions of New York, especially as well as Vermont. We're seeing a lot of this there, so we're seeing plenty of precipitation, plenty of snowfall coming off of those lakes, and it could be leading towards accumulations there in that region. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at that modeled guidance in just a moment, talk about that cooldown and the upcoming pattern, and we're also going to talk about the Storm Prediction Center's update for the next couple of days. Alright, now here we are taking a look at those temperature anomalies. As you can see, massive ridge out west, massive trough in the east, and this is really the pattern that we're dealing with. Cold air pouring down well deep south into the eastern and coastal regions of the eastern United States. We can see that this is just extremely far below normal. We have, first off, these blues, which are about 1 to 10 degrees below normal. The greens will be 10 to 15 degrees below normal. Those kind of, I guess I've always just called it a different kind of shade of blue that's within the green. That area is going to be about 15 to 25 degrees below normal, as you can see. And then our magentas are going to be 25 to even more degrees below normal. This model is indicating here that with somewhere within that circle, we have a minimum of negative or 40 degrees below normal there. So we're definitely taking a look at far below normal temperatures here in this upcoming pattern. Let's just see how this progresses. We can see that quickly as we reach later today, this is going to progress eastward to where this is almost moving out offshore of the East Coast. So this is pretty much at its peak last night into this morning, and then we get more neutral temperatures. Now quickly, as we approach Thursday, so later this week, we're going to get into more of a trough in the west, ridge in the east pattern. And there's a lot of good news for some people there, including me. I really want the spring-like conditions at this point, but we have warm air pushing up like this, and we do have cold air pouring down just like this. So this will be the pattern. And then usually what happens is somewhere along this jet stream, we see a storm move in and really just shake up the pattern here and come south, and that pushes the trough and it almost drags it along the entire United States. So we will kind of await that in this pattern. That's what I would say to watch for as we move forward with this pattern, because that has been a pretty predominant feature in our pattern, and I'm sure that's kind of what happens there as that blue gets dragged across, but we'll have to see on the precipitation here. So let's go to the precipitation type. Let's watch this play out. You see our storm move out, and then we get really quiet. We do get a storm here by about Tuesday. So this is some of our severe weather down there. We do have a storm up here in the northwest as well. It's also worth noting. Let's keep moving on with this. We see that moves up the coast. We do get a little bit more of something going on by about Friday, March 18th. That is worth noting, but that is a bit far out, so we will have to talk about that in a while. But that does move up towards the northeastern United States, bringing probably some severe weather with it. And then we see a pretty big storm move onshore to the western United States as well there. That will be something we also need to watch in the longer range. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Storm Prediction Center. Now here's the day 2 categorical outlook. This will be for Monday, March 14th. We see we have a general thunderstorm risk there within the lighter green. That is where we expect general thunderstorms. Not really severe weather, but it is possible, just very unlikely at this point. Now this darker green region here that you see there is going to be your marginal severe weather risk. That is where we do expect some severe weather to be possible, but not necessarily super likely. But it does happen from time to time. And then over Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Oklahoma there, right there in the corner. That is our slight risk, that yellow area. And that is where we expect scattered severe weather to be possible. Now let's take a look at those individual outlooks here for this. Our wind outlook here, first off, we have a 5% chance of damaging wind within 25 miles of a given location there within the green, and then a 15% chance there within the yellow. Hail is going to be the same exact thing, 5% chance in the green, 15% chance in the yellow. And then tornadoes, we only have a 2% chance, thankfully, here in between Texas and Louisiana. And that is going to be where we have a 2% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of a given location. Now we do have a day 3 categorical outlook here for Tuesday, March 15th. That's going to be for Florida and Georgia primarily, but also general thunderstorm risk there for pretty much all of the Gulf states. So this could also be a day to watch. We're not going to have the actual impacts like the wind, the hail, the tornado outlook until tomorrow, so we'll have to update you guys on that tomorrow. Anyway, for today's confidence tab, we're at a 4 out of 6. Absolutely no surprise there, obviously. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, when do you think our next severe weather event will be? And James Marr said, I believe our next severe weather event after the next few days will be next weekend. And I definitely think that could be a time frame to watch for sure. For today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Little the Pan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Kudalasa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Bill Dallas, Gary's, and John Khaleesi also. I would also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.